just want to talk.
Welcome to We Just Want to Talk. I'm Debbie.
And I'm Maryam, and all we want to do is talk about Tegan and Sara. Well, this is a new episode, and it's been a long time. Because we want to,
We took a little break and we were waiting for them to announce if high school was renewed or not, but it's taking too long. So
we decided to go ahead with our new, let's say, narrative. It's not narrative, with a new niche for the podcast, which is basically analyzing high school episodes. So each episode is going to have one episode of Wanna Talk, We Just Wanna Talk podcast dedicated to it. And we're going to compare it also to the book High School by Tegan and Sara, the memoir.
Yes.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty much going to rewatch the show and then cross-reference with the book for each episode.
Exactly. But there's a little disclaimer that, well, if you have not watched the show yet, nor read the memoir, this probably will have lots of spoilers. So do not listen to it until you're done with the episode or the book at least. What else?
Before you listen to the episode, you can watch that episode, and then you can listen to us talk about it if you prefer. But we're probably going to talk about future episodes too. So if you don't want any spoilers, avoid. But I think if you're listening to it, you probably already watched it like 100 times, so it should be fine. But yeah, spoiler alert everywhere. Like we're gonna be like giving a lot of spoilers.
Speaking of listening, this episode we're trying a new thing.
It's just gonna be audio. Yeah, we're going to describe the scenes though, but it's all gonna be audio. We're trying something different, and if people like prefer to listen on YouTube, I don't know. I prefer Spotify, but it's going to be both on YouTube and Spotify.
Just tell us what you prefer. If you're just prefer to listen and not watch, would like to know that, please, on Twitter. You can share with us or on comments on YouTube. Would love to hear that. Before we begin with the episode, we would like to share some of the Tegan and Sara news. So not much has happened because they were on a break and on vacation, but the major news is for fans on North America, I guess, is the tour, and the tickets went on sale yesterday, Debbie, right?
Yes, today is March 11th, so all tickets went on sale yesterday, March 10th.
Yeah, for the Crybaby Tour Part 2.
Yes, they are going to announce more dates.
Yeah.
But for now, all the dates that
for
are
Alberta,
available,
I guess, and
Chicago,
Southern America?
Alberta, they said Texas. They were
Texas,
still waiting on those. Yeah.
Sure.
So tickets are on sale.
Are they? Yeah, they're still on sale, obviously. Anyway, another piece of news that happened the past week, it is the what's it called? Middle Grade Magic virtual event.
That happened also yesterday?
2 days ago.
Oh, yes, it was on Thursday.
Yeah, in which Tegan and Sara were interviewed on Zoom to talk about Junior High, which is their graphic novel coming out May 30th of this year. Very excited for it. Looking forward to it as a middle grade teacher myself. And we have an excerpt of the book already. You can find it on Amazon, on Macmillan, on NetGalley as well.
Yeah, if you go on Tegan and Sara updates on Twitter, it's TNS_updates with 2 S's in the end. You can find, well, you can also just look at Tegan and Sara's Twitter, but they have the link so you can see some of the experts. Is that how I say it? Excerpts from Junior High, which is the graphic novel that they're releasing. And the interview was the interview was with them and it was with them and Tilly Walden.
Tilly Walden, of course.
Yeah, the illustrator who drew the books.
Speaking of that, the excerpts are from the the graphics of the book, not from the actual chapters in which it has like it has the
The
prose.
script,
So yeah, the script exactly. So it's from the graphics
the
and what I've
actual book
paint drawings.
drawings. Yeah.
Yeah. What I not discovered, what I learned through that from that interview is that the little quotations, the black quotations from
Mm-hmm.
animated Tegan and Sara, those are not written by Tegan and Sara, they're written by Tilly Walton. So
Oh, I
these
didn't know
comments
that.
from them. Yeah, that's what I guess that's what Tilly mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's
That's cool.
interesting actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a collaborative work. I'm very excited for it. And that's just part one of the graphic novel because it has two parts.
Too. That's true. And when
Mhm.
when it comes out, we're definitely going to have an episode about it.
Oh, definitely. And maybe we'll read some of our favorite parts. I'm very
Yeah,
looking
for
forward
sure.
to those. What else? Well, on other news, Tegan looked absolutely fabulous.
As always.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean
and
her
they've been
hair.
posting on TikTok like now and then also.
Well,
They
Tegan
they
is
took a
posting. Yeah.
Tegan, that's true. They took like a break, but now they're back at I mean Tegan is back at posting
Mm.
um like
Which
a
is
TikTok
great.
every other day.
That is true, yeah. And we have some new pictures on Instagram from the vacation with Sid and Tegan,
Mm-hmm.
Auntie Tegan. So that was very cute. Well, yeah, that's about it for the news for this week. And let's hope we get more news coming soon and crossing our fingers we get high
Yes.
school to be renewed. I'm hopeful because I was liked by Amazon
Amazon
Freebie
freebie.
demanding on Twitter,
Yeah.
demanding high school to be renewed. Also the high school Instagram account and Amazon Freebie's Instagram account, they shared or
Yeah, they've been
promoted
like
one scene.
they've been Tegan hasn't like she's been answering questions like, oh, we don't know. And then I feel like if they knew that it wouldn't
Yeah,
happen
or we're
anymore, she
hopeful.
wouldn't
We hope so. Yeah.
yeah, she wouldn't reply at all. So we're hopeful that we'll see. I don't know what to expect,
Crossing our
honestly.
fingers, we know
Yeah.
soon. They said January and we didn't hear it. February, we didn't hear it. Now we're almost halfway through March. We're still, we don't
Yeah,
know. I
we'll
mean, it's
see.
the same way with A League of Their Own, so who knows? My ear
Let's start.
itches, but it's fine. Let's start with but before we begin, today's song analysis is going to be Fallen Asleep from the Yellow demo. And
Which they
we're
wrote
going
in high school.
yeah, and because we're high school, discussing high school, so of course we're going to focus on these songs from now on. And
Mhm.
I think that's fair because these songs haven't been analyzed or talked about a lot as
Yeah, for
they're
sure.
most popular ones. What else? Yeah, we're going to begin with the analysis of episode one, I Bet It Stung from high school. And while we're playing the episode, as we can see, we're going to speak about it, this
So the
episode.
first scene is Tegan and Sarah, they're dancing to Hole. Can you
Well,
pause?
they're dancing, and then there's Olivia, obviously, dancing with them, but then that scene goes away and we can see Tegan on her own watching TV in the living room and she's watching yeah, Bjork. And
And
she's very depressed.
she looks upset. She's alone. And in the
Ray Lee
previous
did
scene,
wonderful job in here, honestly.
yeah, in the previous scene, they were all happy together. Now she's alone. And then when she's in the basement, when she goes upstairs, that you can see that Sarah is with their friend
Phoebe.
Phoebe.
I said Olivia, I'm sorry. I meant Phoebe. I keep saying Olivia.
That's okay.
Well,
Olivia is the actor. She's
actor, yeah.
Olivia Warrior plays
Then
Phoebe,
she goes
which is Tegan
upstairs.
and Sarah's best friend. And you can see that like they're, freezing her out, Tegan. They're freezing Tegan out, and then she's alone in her bedroom. She's upset.
Mm,
And in the book, because like the first part of the first scene from the book, they're arguing because Sarah doesn't want Tegan to go in the room.
mm. A sleepover or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly. And it's interesting because on the book she doesn't punch Sarah in the face. I wonder if that actually happened in real life. Because in
I
the
mean, they
movie,
used to fight
in
a
the
lot,
show,
so
but like, did Sarah had a black eye?
well, we need to ask about that next time we have a Zoom meeting with them or
That's
Substack or
true. I'm gonna
anything
write
that
this
they
down.
can. Yeah,
Maturity.
but they hear the laughing coming from Phoebe or Tegan, sorry, here's the laughing coming from Phoebe and Sarah. And she kind of the music she turns it up. So Sarah, of course, is going to bang on the wall and then she's going to come in to fight with her about keeping the music down. And yeah, well, and the fight begins, and Tegan pushes Sarah out and then just punches her in the face. The mom and Bruce break the fight, and of
The
course Phoebe's
fight.
watching all of that. Oh, the punch is great. Yeah, we don't have that in the book. We don't have it at
No.
all.
They're
But
like,
that's what I like about the show, that it shows these
yeah.
things that you imagine might have happened through narration in the book. So yeah, and then it begins. That's basically high school, the first
That was kind of like
episode
an intro. Yeah, and
intro.
then now
Yeah.
you see Tegan on the screen, so we know it's going to be Tegan's point of view from like the first half of the
First
episode.
time we watched this, we didn't like realize it's like that.
No.
And well, Tegan's awake. It's the next morning, ready to go to school, which is a new school, right?
Yeah, she
And
goes
we hear
downstairs.
Sarah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we find out that they're going to the school for the first time and they have no friends and they're fighting. So
Yeah.
that's
Well,
a funny scene
that's not in
when
the book. Yeah, when she calls
when
her,
Tegan's
I'll be ready, mommy.
so funny. Um yeah, and on the book they have friends at school. It's not like they're not
Yeah.
alone and they're talking. They're not fighting in the book when they go to the first day of school. They're like in good terms in the book.
Yeah.
But here, like Sarah doesn't want to do anything with Tegan.
With Tegan, and Sarah has a black eye basically because of the
Yeah, the night
punch.
before.
And oh, and there's what's his name in the book? Patrick. Sorry, in the show's
The
Patrick, and I
show.
said Bruce. Yeah, Bruce is in the book.
Yeah.
Patrick is in the
That is something that
show.
is the same in the book. He gives them a ride, but on the book it's not a school bus. It's a regular city bus that they take.
And
So
they're
yeah,
waiting for the
they're
bus in here.
Patrick leaves them at the bus stop so they can wait for the school bus.
Why doesn't the bus pick them up from home? Well, we don't have this.
Because they don't live close to a probably stopped at the
Suburbs.
school
Yeah, they're
bus.
in the
Exactly.
suburbs. Yeah, of
So they either have to walk there or Patrick gives them a ride. I think that's what it means.
course, yeah. And well, the wigs, I like the wigs. Have the wigs on Rayleigh and season, making them
Yeah.
Tegan and Sarah from high school.
Some scenes they're really good, but some scenes they're bad. Like you can tell
From
it's a
the
week.
first episode, I can tell that it was just not very like fixed yet, the wig, but then it becomes really like natural.
Yeah, they
And
both wear
this is the
wigs
first day.
because they have short hair in real life. And
Yeah.
I was looking at like recent. It's not that recent because they haven't
Pictures.
posted anything, but like whenever really in season postings, I feel like their hair is growing, and then it gives me hope that they're gonna maybe have the real hair for the next season because if they let it grow,
Yeah.
they can just wear extensions this time instead of like a full-on wig.
Who
We'll see.
knows?
But um but yeah, I'm hopeful.
Yeah, here basically they're
Yeah,
fighting about
they get to
yeah.
school and then they're assigned their classes and Tegan tries to like, talk to Sarah and Sarah's like, I don't want anything to do with you. Leave me alone. So Tegan is alone all day. Poor girl.
Yeah, see, this is where the wig basically when Tyler that's his name, right? Tyler talks to her.
Tyler,
Just looks
yes.
weird. Yeah, it looks weird.
The wig, you mean?
Tyler's the bully. Yeah, the wig. Um
Yeah, she's in class and then this guy comes and talks to her and then he's like, you're in my seat. And then she's like, there are
he's
a
the
lot of seats here.
bully.
You don't. Yeah, he's just a bully and then he, yes, makes her change seats.
The colors are not very dark in here, and then the morning
No,
and the first day of school, unlike the night
yeah,
scenes or the house scenes. The school scenes are usually very light and, you know,
yeah,
glowy. Not glowy, but like they're light.
yeah. I
There's a
forgot to.
girl. I
Yeah,
think she
she.
mistook her with Sarah. I think she mistook Tegan with Sarah, this girl, right? I don't
No,
know.
she asked. No, she asked if she went to certain school, and then she said no.
Oh, and then you can see Tegan eating on her own. But what's funny is that when we get to Sarah's perspective, we can see that Sarah's also on the other side of the wall, is
Yeah,
having lunch on her own.
yeah.
So
If you're, I forgot to say at the beginning, if you're listening to this, you can watch the episode as we watch as well, so you're not so lost what we're
sure.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, Tegan is waiting now for class to be over so she can go.
Yes, so it's just
And I was
showing
gonna say,
her day at school and how much she feels lonely and kind of
yeah,
excluded from Sarah's presence. I mean, after being her best friend her entire life
yeah,
until these years, and Sarah suddenly just excluded her and doesn't want to do anything with her. So she spends
yeah.
the entire day on her own, and it's the cinematography shows us that through, the lunch and
Mm-hmm.
the bully Tyler who also chases her to the bus and tells her it's his seat. And Sarah's way in the back, just looking at her and having nothing to do with her until Maya and what's his
No, but
name?
Sarah doesn't realize she's being bullied.
Doesn't realize it, but she doesn't want to look at her. Like it shows the
No,
distance
no,
between them.
no. Exactly. None of them, they see each other and they're like, I don't want anything to do with
Yeah,
you, so I'm just
to
gonna
do with
avoid
you.
you. And they don't realize what's happening to the other.
Exactly, exactly. It's like they're on different worlds apart, even though they're like twins. Yeah.
There was a first interaction with Maya in the on the bus.
Yeah, and when she defended her
Tyler,
against Tyler, Maya and who
mhm,
was his name? I forgot his name.
Evan.
Evan, yeah, Spencer in the book, Evan in the show.
Oh yes. Maybe should we talk about the characters already or
I don't know. I wonder if we're ever going to get more of Evan in season two, if we get season two,
I don't know. I'm really interested to know because
because he
Miriam,
has a huge part. Yeah.
yeah, but Miriam and I, when we went, like when they were filming, we were monitoring every Instagram,
Mm.
every actor's Instagram accounts and stuff, like to, fetch for news while they were filming. And we realized that like Evan wasn't really anywhere. Like they didn't take pictures with him, they didn't follow
It's
him.
something fishy is that he was first
Yeah,
included and they followed him
so
and then everyone unfollowed him.
yeah, this is like rumors and like it's just a speculation that we have that like maybe something happened and I don't think he's coming back, or if he is, like I don't know if they're gonna give him a big part. And
They
that's
didn't
sad
even
because
promote him during the show. Like,
yeah, like they
even
didn't
though in the
tag him
book he's
anywhere.
important.
They didn't.
Evan Spencer is important in the show and in real life.
Spencer is a huge character on the book, and they didn't tag this guy like on any social media. Like whenever they didn't go to any of the like they didn't he didn't
Mm.
go to TIFF, he didn't go to SIF, he didn't go to any of the events that they had for the show. So it's, I don't know what's gonna happen with the character because on the book is huge, but on the show it feels like towards the end they forget about him.
I don't know if it's
And
forgot or if it's intentional. Something
like I don't,
happened.
yeah,
Because
I don't
the
know.
unfollowing, that's weird. The fact they followed him and they were close, and then the unfollowing, like all the girls, they unfollowed him.
Yeah, they
The
unfollowed
five.
him on social media. And so we'll see what's gonna happen because I also don't know for future seasons. Are they gonna make Tegan date a guy
As
on the
in the book,
show?
as is in the book.
Because on the book, yeah, because on the
Even
book,
Sarah dated a guy in the book. Even
I mean, they
Sarah.
both did in real life,
Hmm.
But I don't know if for the show if they're gonna change that and have her, because if it's like the book, we're not gonna see her kiss a girl until like almost the very end.
Can
And
really even kiss a guy
like, I mean,
in the
they're
show?
actors, they have to.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they're gonna do it for the show. Like I'm really interested to see what they're gonna do because they're closeted, right? Until
Mm,
like the entire high school for the book, they're closeted. So like, are they gonna be closeted the
exactly.
entire show too?
I don't
That's
know.
I'm interested to see what they're gonna do. Um, But yeah, so
Yeah.
we are introduced to Maya and Evan for the first time. They interact with Tegan in the school bus, and they're supposed to go. Tegan and Sarah are supposed to go to Phoebe's house.
Yeah, but Sarah also tells Tegan that she doesn't want her to go there.
Yeah,
And Tegan's like, well, I'd rather go home anyway.
but she
And
like
she's going to
really
cry. Oh my
in this
God.
scene,
The acting,
the
the
acting
eyes. It's
is
like she's
impeccable.
really
She's like
sad.
she's almost
And Rayleigh isn't
crying.
sad. Like Rayleigh is like, this bubbly, happy person on social
Yeah,
media.
I really like
Like
the scene.
God.
Like her
Yeah,
performance
yeah.
is incredible here. But yeah, she
Honestly,
goes
yeah.
home alone, and who guess was there?
Mom. Mom is there.
Simone.
Simone, yeah.
And Tegan's like, "What the fuck? What are you doing here? You're not
And
supposed to
she's,
be here."
she's studying, she's working on her thesis, she's doing grad school and she's busy and well, it's played by, of course, no one other than
Kobe
introduced.
Smulders
Yep, Kobe Smulders. Oh my
plays their
God.
mom. We already see her. We already saw her at the beginning a little bit, but here they have like an actual
Yeah.
conversation where Simone is like, "Why aren't you at
Well,
Phoebe's?" And then Tegan's like, "They're freezing me out. They don't want to be with me." And then Simone is like, "Oh my God, I didn't know." Because, like you said, she's been, at school and
she's
work,
busy.
busy. Yeah, she's a busy mom. She's young, trying to, juggle between house
Brazen,
life
two
and work and
teenage
kids and
daughters, and she's young
school.
anyway.
Yeah.
And she's like, maybe you should, have someone on your own, like a friend of your own.
Yeah.
She tells her
Simone
that there,
tells
right?
Tegan that, yeah, that she should start trying to find friends for herself
That's from the
since
book as well, but it's in the book Sonia goes to their room, right? And then talks to Tegan. Tegan is crying and she's bawling her eyes out
it's
and
right at the beginning that happens. There, Tegan
yeah,
is crying, and then
yeah.
Simone goes in her bedroom, and then they talk because, like I said, Tegan doesn't punch her in the face on the book. So,
Mm.
Simone goes and talk to her like, "Why are you crying? What's happening?" Instead of being like, don't punch like your sister."
In the book it's not Simone, it's Sonia. But
Sonia,
yeah,
sorry, but
yeah,
yeah.
it's the
So
same as the mom.
yeah, on the book it's kind of like Tegan is the victim, and then in the show it's Sara because Tegan punches her in the face.
Well, Tegan is also a victim of
No,
being excluded from Sarah's birth
yeah,
without a
but
reason, without
she
knowing
chose
why.
violence, so
But Tegan is also on the show very clueless and very naive, which
yeah.
annoys me a lot, honestly,
Yeah,
like until the
she
end.
regrets punching Sarah in the
Yeah.
face for sure.
And that's the second day, and Tegan gets to class, and Maya is there, and she tells her to come and sit next to her. And we can see Maya and Tegan getting to know each other, and that's their first, well, official first introduction, other than
Yeah,
the bus.
they introduce themselves to each other, sit next to each other, and then like we
Yeah,
can see that a friendship starts to develop.
Maya is alluring, like from the very first second, you can tell, look, well, this is a
Yeah.
character I would like to, you know, I'm, I'm interested in. Also,
Yeah,
she
she
reminds me
seems
of Max from Stranger Things. I don't know why.
mm, interesting. But yeah, she
Yeah.
seems like confident and like cool. And Tegan's like, who's this?
Ironically, she's not. Later on, we discovered that Maya, this is all a cover that Maya kind of puts
Yeah.
on.
Oh
She's not
yeah, for
that
sure.
confident. Yeah.
But I like it because like I feel like Tegan wouldn't do that. So I think she's drawn into Maya because Maya is doing all the work. She's like talking to her and wanting to get
Mm.
to know her. So Tegan's like, wow, like someone is like interested in
Yeah, and
me,
Tegan's
and they
shy
don't
as
even
well.
know I'm a twin. You know what I mean? Like I think she's like
Yeah.
finally realized that she can have her own, like her mom
Friend.
said. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Um, and then basically, I mean, I like how it's chilled. Like the show is very like, it's comfortable to watch. It's not like
Hmm.
many details and many like events because I don't want to watch that. I want something realistic. So we
It's
get
very
to the
easy to watch.
afternoon.
There aren't a lot of dialogue. It's like very visual.
Mm, it's
It's very
artistic.
easy to watch. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like comforting.
It's comforting, exactly. And then in the like at home, Phoebe calls and Tegan picks up. She's like, well, I'll get Sarah for you. And Phoebe's like, well, why don't you want to talk to me? Don't you miss me? Because, Phoebe's supposed to be their shared friend. But
Yeah.
now Sarah and Phoebe have excluded Tegan, and Tegan doesn't know what's going on. But later on Sarah's POV, we realize, well, two friends are suddenly more than just friends, and they have the secret relationship.
Yeah.
And we don't see this at all from Tegan's perspective. We only see it from one side.
Tegan assumed that
Yeah.
Phoebe called to talk to Sarah, and then Phoebe's like, "Oh, you don't want to talk to me?" And then Tegan's like, "Sure, we can talk." But in her head, she's like, "You've been freezing me out like all summer, but
Oh
sure, we
yeah.
can talk."
True, true.
And
Yes.
then Phoebe tells her that like, "Oh, I miss you, and I think Sarah misses you too." But she's never gonna, assume that she
Sarah's
does.
never gonna say that, well, unless in the party when she says, I miss you, Tiggy, when she's
Yeah,
high.
that's next episode.
Yeah. And well, the next day is Tegan's POV, and then Tyler,
Oh yeah,
he's on
bullies her
his
again, pulling her
bullying
hair.
game. He's chewing gum, and we can
Yeah,
later
that
on
happens on the
assume,
book actually.
yeah, the gum thing. And then
Yeah,
Tegan's just walking, and Maya's after her, runs
chases
after
her,
her.
and then tells her that she has gum in her hair. That sucks.
Yeah.
That scene is funny though when Tegan walks out and you can see the gum in her hair. Like that makes me. I know it's annoying and like sad, but it makes me
I
laugh.
think this is like they use the fake wig for this one, not the like original good wig, right?
Probably, yeah, yeah,
And then, Tegan's walking and she's with her teary eyes, and Sarah's behind her and she has just gum in her hair, and
yeah.
it's just sad. And she's trying to get it
She
out
tries to
in the
take it
bathroom.
out. Yeah, she gets all upset and
Well, and then that's how, you know,
no, there's another
oh,
day.
oh shit, I thought it ends. The POV.
No, so it's still Tegan's POV. It's the next day, and then Maya
It's dragging
walks
Tyler
in.
like that.
Yeah, they're in school, and Maya
Like,
walks in with Tyler, and
is
then she's like,
this
"Tyler,
jerk
do you know
annoying
Tegan?"
you?
And then he's like,
You
"Yeah,
gotta treat her with respect. Maya's just saving
yeah." So
Tegan
can you
all along
pause?
from the, yeah.
I want to cross-reference the book. So on the book, I think so. Like we know that the friends from the book and the show they're different because there are too many characters on the book, and I think that Maya is a crossover with, or not a crossover. It's a combination of the characters in the book, Kayla and Tess,
Yeah, looks
and
like
I think
it.
someone else because Kayla is the one who helps with the bullying. And Kayla in the book is a friend, like it's an older friend. She goes to the same school as them. Like they were in the previous school and then they go to the same school. And then they are friends for a period of time. And then Kayla gets a boyfriend and stuff, so she's not friends with them anymore. But the portion of the book with Kayla is that she helps with the bully. So Maya has a little bit of that. I just wanted to point that out because Kayla in the book has an older sister who is popular. So she like no one's gonna mess with her because her sister is popular. So she helps Tegan with like, the bullies and stuff. And it's cute because in the book, Sara tells Kayla about the bully. It's not
I don't
Tegan.
remember any of that.
No?
Like,
Sara Sara tells Kayla about the bully, and then Kayla helps Tegan because the chewing gum on her hair because on the book they go to the school bus together, Tegan and Sara, and then Sarah's like, "You have gum in your hair."
oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, but I don't
Yeah,
remember
so
Kayla
that's
and what she says like at all. It's too many. The book has too many characters that I can't just
and they start.
connect them.
Well, maybe that's. I mean, everything's a spoiler, but when they start school, they already did acid. Like they've been doing acid all summer before school,
True.
and on the book they start um, doing acid.
Well, Sarah starts, right?
Yeah, but on the book they already did, and Kayla is a friend who does acid with them.
True.
But yeah, I just wanted to mention the bully part because it happens in the book. That's a cute scene.
Yeah, that's just a cute scene with Maya just defending Tegan and then, sitting next to her and then they share a book because Maya obviously doesn't have a book with her.
Yeah.
Well, why does Maya go to school? I still don't know.
But I
She's
like the scene because they're like all smiles and like
yeah, look at Rayleigh or like Rayleigh smiles cute.
blushing. Yeah.
Well, and now we
Oh,
get into
finally
Sarah's
Sarah's POV.
point
So
of
we
view,
go back to the first scene of the Tegan's POV where
And that's how we know that, oh, we're gonna go back and see
we're gonna
everything,
see
but from
this
Sarah's perspective.
exactly. And it's only the first episode because the other episodes, the overlapping, like it's not the whole episode that
Yeah,
overlaps,
and
just
we get
a few
different
parts.
POVs also. Oh, this
Yeah.
is, Simone just, looking at the black eye that Tegan had given
Yeah.
Sarah.
They're having breakfast. Sarah is already in the kitchen and Tegan's still upstairs because we
Oh
saw
God,
that.
they're having Pop-Tarts without even like putting
They
them
just
in
eat it out
the
of the box. Like I always heat
yeah.
Pop-Tarts in
Same.
the
I put them in
toaster.
the microwave. I don't have a toaster, so I put them in the microwave.
Yeah, like I like to have them warm. And this is something
Same.
I tweeted about that it's very realistic
It's
because
not
every
tasty.
every other teen show they have like an entire table of breakfast and no one eats. But this one is very
No.
realistic. They're like late, so they just eat whatever, which
It's
is
the
a
same as Gilmore Girls. Take the Pop-Tart out of
stale
the
Pop Tart.
fridge and eat it, and that's just like
Yeah,
Gilmore Girls.
not
Well,
even the
there's
fridge. Oh, now we see that Sarah's like
looking at a girl,
girls.
just looking the queer gaze. She's like, "What are
Yeah.
you looking at?"
Yeah, Sarah's in school already
Immediately,
in class,
Sarah
and then she
equals
looks to her
gay.
side. There's a
She's just
beautiful girl, and then she's just staring.
like staring, the
And then
stare.
we're like, okay.
She stares at everyone. Sarah's just like, gay. I'm gonna stare at everyone. Every girl, not everyone. And then, well,
Mhm.
there's Sarah having lunch on her own, and
Yeah,
looks
she's
like
eating alone.
she
She saw
doesn't care.
Tegan, but that's the thing. Can you pause?
Oh,
That every time Sarah looks at
oh,
Tegan, she's talking
yeah.
to someone. So Sarah's like, oh wow,
Oh,
she already has friends. You know what I mean? Because when she looks at Tegan
true.
in the lunch
It's the girl
cafeteria,
talking to her. Yeah.
Tegan is talking to a girl. When she looks at her in the bus, Tegan is talking to Tyler,
Maya and
which
Tyler.
like we know from Tegan's perspective that it's not her friends, it's just people that she talks to for 2 minutes. But Sarah only sees her talking to them and then she looks away because she's like, I don't want to have to do anything with Tegan. But from her view, Tegan is already kind of like getting established, but she's not because right after she sees Tegan talking to someone in cafeteria, you can see that they're both eating alone right next to each other, even though they don't know it, but they think that the other is like,
On
fine,
her, yeah, but I
but they're
wanna
not.
something caught my attention is that you see the wall that they're each leaning on. Sarah
Yeah,
is leaning on it's the same school basically, but the colors of the
it's
wall
a
is red.
corner.
It's a corner.
I'll post a picture. I'll post a
Yeah,
picture
and Tegan
if
on
you're
the
on
blue
YouTube.
one. But that's the same. These are the same colors they used for junior
Oh yeah,
high.
that's
Sarah has
true. Is
red
Sarah
and
red?
Tegan blue.
Oh, cool. For junior high.
So yeah. So
Yeah,
why is that?
for
Is it
junior high.
intentional? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think it is, but
Yeah, Sarah's
it's
red and
cool.
Tegan's blue.
The
So
coincidence. Yeah,
yeah, please post a picture. Yeah, of
I
that.
will. But yeah, so I think that if Sarah looked at Tegan and saw that she was alone, maybe she would approach. But because she thought she was talking to
Yeah.
people, she was like, "This bitch
Who the
is not
fuck writes
gonna."
like that? And then we have Season just writing. Is she writing with her left hand? Yeah, and she's just writing notes
They're
or
both
poetry.
left-handed. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rayleigh and Season are both left-handed.
Yeah, and that's in the class, and she's just writing. And later on, we discover she writes poems to Phoebe.
She's writing a poem right now, isn't she?
That's a
Or
song, by the way.
not a.
That's a song. If two will always equal one, I never stand in my own sun. That's Zebra Sun, isn't it?
It
Yeah.
is Zebra Sun, but it's different. Like
What if? Please help me,
the
a zebra song?
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So it is. The theme is definitely the
I think
song,
these are
but
from the original lyrics of Zebra Sun.
that's what I'm saying. I think this might be
Yeah.
something Sarah wrote in real life, like teenage Sarah
Mm,
wrote in real life on her journal.
mm.
Uh, but it's not lyrics to a song. I mean, it could be like maybe one of the songs that we never listen to. Could be.
Could be.
And it's the theme
Yeah.
of Zebra Sun for sure, but it's the lyrics are different, the words. But it's the same like meaning for sure.
Could be
So
the
here it
original
is. You see
draft of the
Sara,
Zebra Song.
she sees Tegan, and then
Tegan's
you
on her
see,
own.
so they're in the bus, and then you can see Tegan walking in. She sees Sara, and then she seats
Tyler's
Tegan's,
talking to her.
yeah, and then you
She
see Tyler
just
coming
turns
and
her
talking to
head.
her, and then Sara looks away because she thinks, okay, she's talking to someone, I'm not gonna like bother.
And then she goes to Phoebe's house and
Remember this, we saw this when they were filming it. Someone posted it on Instagram, the house,
yeah,
when she gets to Phoebe's house.
Phoebe's just, looking at her kind of bruise, and they're
Yeah, and then
talking, and
Sarah's all pissed off because Tegan punched her in the face, and then Phoebe's like, so you don't know why? Like, do you realize
like
what happened? Yeah. And Sarah's like, no, I just don't know why. Like, do I have to share everything? And then Phoebe's like, this
it's just between us. It's
is
like
just for us.
yeah, special.
Like, exactly. You don't have to,
And
share your.
Sarah is just melting. That's it. Like she's,
She
this whole
switches moods right away when Phoebe
yeah. Yeah, yeah. She
tells her,
becomes
yeah,
like really I don't know, very,
smitten.
very smitten, exactly. No, like no personality next to Phoebe.
Exactly.
Phoebe's very in
Like a
control,
puppy. Like
obviously.
a
Yeah.
puppy. Totally.
And then you can see them in bed together, cuddling. And we guess
They're
what happened,
Yeah, they're
basically.
not doing anything. They're just talking.
Just talking. Yeah.
But yeah, they're talking about like school, how school's going, and then Sarah's like, I wish we were in the same school because I don't know anybody. And then Phoebe's like, you're gonna be popular. And then Sarah's like, no.
Me,
And then
popular? Who?
that's when Phoebe says, I think you should start, trying to get to know more people, and then it's gonna be fine.
Yeah. That's
So it's
cute.
kind of like a mirror situation, because for Tegan it was Simone that told her to do that, and then from Sarah's side it's Phoebe who tells her that, like,
Yeah, Phoebe's very in I mean this is toxic relationship obviously, but and she's very in control of Sarah as well and Sarah's emotions. Not directly and not consciously, but it is
yeah,
the way it
yeah,
is.
because Sarah
Like,
doesn't really try
Sarah
until Phoebe
can't
tells her.
exactly breathe without her, basically. And that we can see
Yeah,
it in the book. Sarah's
and
like she
it's
wants to die without Phoebe or Naomi in the book.
yeah, and it's also Phoebe who tells Sarah that, like, Tegan is upset as well, so you shouldn't be so hard on herself.
Yeah.
And that's when Sarah's like, tells Tegan, oh, I kind of deserve the punch. Because that's what Phoebe says. Phoebe tells Sarah, you deserve the punch. So that's what Sarah tells Tegan, because Phoebe told her that. I
Yeah.
feel like she wouldn't have admitted if Phoebe hadn't said anything. I feel like. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, obviously. I guess,
Okay.
yeah. She probably knows it, but she doesn't
No, I
want to
mean,
acknowledge it because she doesn't want to
yeah,
acknowledge to herself that something like that is going on. And we know that Sarah has
yeah.
suffered with
Like
internalized homophobia.
internally Sarah doesn't want to um
Admit.
admit anything, but because Phoebe is like verbalizing that, then she's like, right, that makes sense. Like, I
Yeah.
shouldn't be,
Because
so hard
Sarah, to real
on
Sarah,
Tegan.
like keeping it a secret is it's like it's not happening. Even if it's a secret, it's not really happening.
Yeah.
So basically when it's being said out loud, it's like, oh, well, it's happening and I'm like that and I have to accept it. And she didn't want to accept it for a long time.
Yeah.
And we know this obviously from the book and from interviews. And it's the same in the show, we can see it. Then Sarah goes home and, she's in her room and she's listening to Smashing Pumpkins or music or whatever. And then you can see it, the other side of the wall. It's Tegan reading a book, I guess,
No,
or
she's
just
writing her
studying
journal, I think. Or maybe
or something.
studying. She's
Studying, I
writing.
think. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the next day, Sarah is in her
In her
drama
class.
class. And of course,
Hmm.
she's staring at women, girls
Yeah.
again. And it's Natalie, and she's, this
Yes,
very
we get
bubbly
introduced to
and
Natalie, which is played by
Esther.
Esther Rose McGregor,
Yeah.
and she's teasing the teacher, Natalie. I love her.
Yeah. I love Natalie. She's my favorite, honestly, favorite character.
And Sarah loves it, the
Deserves more
teasing.
scene with
Yeah.
Natalie in season 2. If there is a season 2, needs more
hmm
scenes, honestly.
hmm And then when Natalie moves away, we
There's
see
Ali.
another character that we don't know the name yet. And
Yeah.
Sarah's just like, who is
Wow.
this?
Exactly.
Because
Because the orange hair.
the music changes and you can see that Sarah's
Yeah.
interested.
And obviously because of the
When she
orange
looks
hair
at,
that just pulls Sarah in.
exactly, when she looks at
And
Ali.
then
Oh, and then you see,
this is funny.
yeah,
Tyler,
yeah.
Tyler
When
bumping
Sarah,
into.
yeah, when Sarah leaves the room, Tyler bumps into her, and then he's like, and then we meet again, and then Sarah's
And
like,
you're
"Who
always,
the
somehow
fuck
you're
are you?"
always in the way. And she's like, what the hell? And he's like, he thought it's just one person that he keeps on seeing.
He
And
thought it was
that's like,
Tegan.
and that shows you how distant they are, that they're never together in the same room, the school, even though they're in the same school, that people don't
Yeah,
realize they're twins yet.
the only one that realizes is Maya.
It's Maya. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, well, she's chasing Tegan everywhere, probably. And then back home, it's Sarah reading
Oh,
as
I like this
usual.
scene. It's cute. She hears a noise. She
She
goes check it out, and then it's
is
Tegan
it
trying to
Tegan
get the
crying? Yeah,
yeah. It's
yeah,
Tegan trying to get the gum out of her hair. So now you have the
because
overlap of the two episodes, and then you see that
yeah,
Sarah helps Tegan with the gum. We didn't see that from Tegan's perspective.
Tegan's perspective, but you
Yeah,
can see it from
it's
Sarah's.
yeah. And in the book it's different because it's Simone or Sonia who helps with
It
the
is,
gum.
yeah, Sonia, it is. And also in grade 11 when Sarah breaks her hands and she washes her hair for her, right? Her arm, I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Then the next day, while Sarah's in the bathroom, and this scene basically always have a question on it. Is she like listening on
I
them? I
don't
don't know.
understand. Does she pee at all? I think she just sits there. She sees people, so
Sits,
she's
like,
like,
what the
I'm
hell? Like
gonna
no, no, no,
yeah.
please, why did she not wash her hands?
She just that's what I'm saying. I think she was pretending. She goes in the bathroom to listen
Yeah.
to the conversation,
To the party,
and
the
then
rancid
and then
party.
she yeah. So she hears Natalie and Ali talking about a party. And then when she gets out of the stall, Natalie invites her to the party,
She's like,
which
what
is like
happened to your
the
eye?
next day or oh yeah. And then she yeah.
Mm. When we saw the trailer, I thought it was like Natalie that Sarah's going to like be smitten with instead of like
No, you
Phoebe.
thought? I didn't
Yeah, I
think so
thought
because I
Natalie
didn't
is
think
Ali's part. Like, what's her name in the book? Not Alex. What's her name in the
Zoe.
book?
Zoe.
Zoe. Yeah, I thought Natalie was Zoe.
I thought Natalie was
But
Stephanie from the book, so I
it
never
is
made the
Stephen.
connection.
Oh,
It is, but I never thought that she could be Sarah's
yeah.
love interest because Stephanie isn't in the book.
Isn't.
If
Yeah,
you
but I
can you
thought,
pause? We need
yeah,
to
the
talk about this scene.
stairs.
It's one of my favorite scenes when
This
Sarah's
scene should
outside.
be analyzed cinematically because this is what the theory, the queer gaze is
Yeah, go
based
ahead.
on.
Talk about it. I love the scene so much.
Yeah,
Just
well, there's this
give
theory
us give
called,
us a little description of the scene though before you
okay, so
go
Sarah's,
into it.
is she outside of the school in here, Sarah?
Yes,
Is this
yes.
outside of their school? Yeah. And then she's sitting on the bench and, she's swaying her legs. And when we look and see it's Ali staring at her and she's, standing and she's looking at her. And then there's Sarah looking back and they just have a staring
They're having a
contest
staring
for
contest,
minutes.
like
But
literally
here's the
looking at
thing
each
with
other
this,
like
yeah, with the staring contest. It's just called the queer gaze. And it's not like the male gaze. So the male gaze is
no.
when the man stares at the woman in a very like sensual way that he kind of strips her out. And we have it's called a cinematic gaze when the camera focuses on the woman but only shows the
This is very
sensual
subtle
parts of
too.
her.
They're just literally
Yeah,
looking. They're
the
not doing
queer
anything.
gaze is just like the eyes. It's like you're entrapped within the camera, within the focal point of the
It's very
looker.
intense.
It's very intense, and they're just looking, and then nothing happens. It's just music and looking, and they're not objectifying each other. They're just looking at
Mm-hmm.
each other. And obviously you can see there's attraction, but it's not voiced. It's only voiced through the eyes. Well, then
Exactly.
there is an interruption through Tegan and her friends, Maya and Evan, and they
Yeah.
get introduced to the twins. Well, twin one and twin two. And I guess that's, the episode is almost over, episode one. And you have one, this is one of my favorite scenes. They're walking
When
together.
they
They
make
look
up.
very, yeah, kind of. They make up. They look very, very similar in here.
Yeah, I
Season
like
and
it.
Rayleigh. I like this. Yeah.
So yeah, they're talking and like, oh,
Do
like
you want to rent a movie?
yeah,
And
sorry, I punched you. And then the other one is like, okay, I think I deserved it. And they're like, okay, let's watch a movie tonight. And then
oh my
the next
God,
scene
later
pisses me
on.
off.
And then, they rented a movie and they're walking and look who's there
They're going
outside.
home after renting the movie to watch together.
It's
And then who's there when they get there?
Phoebe.
Ah.
And of course, Sarah's like, okay, bye, Tegan. Phoebe is here. She's gonna get into my room, and you're not invited
Bye.
because why would you
Nope.
be invited to
Yeah.
my room?
So she's like, okay, let's watch the movie together because I'm gonna hang out with Phoebe now. Bye.
Honestly, how were they able to do that
And
without
then the show. Oh no, I thought it. Oh yeah, the show is over.
yeah,
I can pause
the
now.
mom knowing or
Not the show.
anyone? Like
Sorry,
they
episode
had to
one
be
is
very
over.
quiet to.
What?
I mean, how did their mom not ever know what was going on behind
I
closed
think. I
doors?
think. I honestly think that their parents were never home a
I
lot
mean,
of the
at
time.
night, she stayed over at night. Obviously, you know what was going on in there.
I know, but like I feel like I think that they would get home late. They were already
Ah,
asleep.
yeah.
Like everything would happen like before people were home. I think. They.
Well,
I think.
Tegan
I'm pretty sure they
didn't
were.
know, didn't hear, didn't like put
Yeah,
her ears
right
to the
outside
door.
of her. Yeah, right outside of
Yeah.
her wall. So they were probably like very quiet and very strategic about when they
Strategic
were doing
teenagers.
that.
The teenagers being
They
strategic. I
were
think
never caught. They
they
were
were
only
very
caught by
shy.
they
Yeah,
were
I think they
only
were
caught
just
by other people's moms,
by
not
Phoebe's mom. Mm,
Phoebe's mom. No, I mean on the book, it was Naomi's mom and Zoe's mom or dad.
I forgot.
And then with Digger nothing happened.
Maybe Tegan knew
I
but
wonder
didn't
I wonder
mention
if
that.
like Tegan knew but didn't say anything.
Maybe.
Like could she hear anything? Like I don't know.
God knows, you know.
We don't know.
Well,
They don't
yeah,
say it in the book, so
that's about it for episode one. But I have a question for everyone listening. What's your favorite part of this episode? Like, and why? Tell us on Twitter or
do
on
you have a
YouTube
favorite part?
comments. Me?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the punch.
No. I like one of my favorite scenes is definitely Ali and Sarah staring at each
The
other. And there was
staring,
another
that's
one.
the second one, yeah. I like Phoebe and Sarah. Come on, I know it's toxic, but I like them together.
I
And I
mean,
like the
duh.
gum part. I like the gum when she's helping her take the gum out. And
Oh yeah, I like
any
that.
part, any close up on Tegan's
Hmm.
character on Rayleigh, just like with tears in her eyes, I feel like it's very good. It's
Yeah.
very well
I
shown,
love
so I like that.
when Maya brings Tyler and then she's like, "Do you know my friend Tegan?" I love that scene.
Are you
When
aware of
she
that?
when she when she, stands up for Tegan. I like that scene.
Yeah, that's nice. So now,
We're using Kenzie's website, teganandsaraharchive.com, for the lyrics. If you want to know anything about Tegan and Sarah, like past
you
and
can just
present.
search it immediately because the
Exactly.
search
It's
button
very
is the best
easy.
thing
There's a search
ever.
button, and it's the most reliable lyrics because she looks at the booklets.
The jacket
Yeah,
of the
exactly. So,
okay. So basically Fallen Asleep is one of the songs on the Yellow demo.
mhm.
So it's a very old high school song. And it's very gentle and nice. And obviously, or apparently, it's a Tegan Quinn written song.
When I first heard it, like the first verse sounds like Sarah, but the rest of it, I think that like I agree that it's Tegan. It is Tegan.
Yeah,
And
I guess so. They had the young voices.
Yeah. I don't really
So,
know
yeah.
who she's talking about here, but it's pretty much just, I think, about
Yeah, I'm
the
always
feeling
in
of having,
wonder.
like, trusting someone.
Falling asleep in your arms, like, being
Yeah,
protected by
she's repeating
someone.
that the whole time, the whole song.
I mean, who was
I believe
she
that
with?
everything is just fine. Falling asleep. I'm falling asleep in your arms. And there's another.
If I believe that everything is fine.
Oh, yeah. And then she says, yeah, good night. Good night.
Here I am before you, like I always am. I mean, some of the lyrics are questionable. They have question marks, so we're not sure if these are the actual lyrics. Here I am beside you, and I'm falling asleep,
Will you
falling
catch me? Will
asleep
you catch me? Falling asleep. I'm falling
for you,
asleep.
and I'm on my knees. It's like surrendering to someone. I'm on my knees. I'm surrendering to you.
Yeah.
And in
It's
front
like
of
the
you, and I
lyrics.
always fall. I'm falling. Like, yeah.
Yeah. The lyrics are very repetitive, but the music itself, like
Yeah.
the sound, not just the lyrics, like the
So
actual
smooth.
melody, it's really nice and like comforting.
It is. I wish this was on Ham Just Like You, like remade.
I think
I
that
love
some
this
of
song.
they didn't redo any of the demos, the yellow, red, and orange. No, wait, no,
True.
hello
Wait a
is
minute.
in one of the
Isn't
demos.
isn't what they said, by the way, part of the news we forgot is that they mentioned that they've been in the studio and they have recorded some
Oh yes, so but
music.
these news are kind of old, like they weren't these news are not from last week, they're a little bit older,
It was.
but
We stopped recording a month ago. Remember? We haven't recorded, and it was on
no, that's
Instagram that
true.
they. So
That's true. But
yeah,
yeah,
maybe it's one of the
in
songs. I don't know. Like they got to the demos. Maybe I don't
they
think
said
so.
classic Tegan and Sara song, so I don't know what to expect.
True. 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 So it's closer. Living room. Call it all.
Jesus, I don't
Where does the
know
good
what to
go?
expect. I
19.
don't know.
So jealous.
These are all classics. We'll see.
Yeah. I
I'm
would
hoping.
die. I
I
would
am
die
hoping
to
for.
get if it was you, the song.
I'm hoping for deep cuts, but I don't know if they'll do deep cuts because
Yeah,
they
in your
said
wildest
classic, so
dreams. No, no. Classics are classics.
we'll see. But yeah, they are. I guess they are re-recording older songs for a project that we don't know about yet,
But they
and I think
also wrote new songs, right? They did record new
they've
songs.
been writing new songs too. But I don't think we're gonna hear them until. I don't think they're gonna release any of the new stuff
Mm,
anytime
who
soon. I
knows?
don't think.
True. So, yep, that's about it, I guess. Do you like falling asleep? Tell us about that. Have you ever heard of it anyway? Because it's not talked about often, honestly, this song.
You can
It's
find it
like
easy. It's from the
shelved.
yellow demo.
Yeah, and you can find it on Kinsey's website, Tegan and Sarah Archive. Just
Yeah,
search
she
it.
has. Yeah, she has a link for an audio there.
Yeah, and there's a live performance on May 30th, 1998. And yeah, all the information is there on the archive. So yeah, that's about it for this episode, I suppose. Um, um,
I hope you liked it. Let us know
your
your
favorite
favorite
part of
scene.
episode one, I bet, is Stung.
If you have any
Your
comments that
favorite
about the
character?
book and the show, oh, your favorite character. We already did that.
Yeah, obviously we have done that. And if you have any like cross-reference we forgot to add, any analysis, anything we
Hmm.
forgot to mention, please tell us about that. And we'll see you in a different episode, I suppose.
Yeah, next episode is going to be episode 2
Mhm.
and another song. We don't know which one yet.
Yep. In 2 more weeks, I guess.
Yes,
So
we're
yeah.
gonna do it every 2 weeks. So follow us on social media at Wanna Talk TNS Pod on Twitter. If you just Google we just want to talk Tegan and Sarah, you're probably gonna find the YouTube account as well. And on Spotify, just type we just want to talk Tegan and Sarah. You will find it.
Yep.
Um I'm
Debbie, what's
on
your socials? Yeah.
my show's socials is not TNS lyrics on Twitter. And on TikTok you can find me at Peroko Debbie, Deby, not DEBB Baroko, Baroko, Debbie, Deby.
And
yeah.
as for me, it's want the maximum on Twitter. And also, if you'd like some high school edits, I'm on TikTok as Wiccan Folk Nightmare. You know how to spell that.
Yes.
WICCANFOLK Nightmare. That's my TikTok, and I just make high school edits. Well, I might make Tegan Sara edits, but I mean, I don't get any views because of the location. Well, I do get some views, but
In the
I'm lazy.
meantime, we'll
Yeah,
have
I'm
high school
lazy.
edits. I post both Tegan and Sara in high school. Right now, TikTok is being a bitch, not
Mhm.
like really sending our stuff to, the
Well,
FYP, but
I have to use VPN anyway because TikTok is banned where I am.
Mhm.
So
it's a little
that's
annoying because like my older videos don't stop getting views. They're getting views like
yeah,
either
same
high
with my
school or Tegan and Sara's.
Maya and Phoebe edits.
But the newer stuff don't get anywhere. Who knows? TikTok.
Yeah.
But
Yep, that's it, I guess.
yeah, I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.